Welcome everybody to another little show. I know how much you like it, so I thought I'll come and let you know that I really appreciate you watching me. Welcome everyone. Welcome indeed. It's great having you. Hey, I'm loving it and I hope you are too. It's 9:41 on Tuesday, the 11th of April, 2023. What a great day to be alive. I hope everyone's well. Oh, beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? Those beautiful tones of the 1930s. What a wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's well. My name is Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. We listen to Spotify. I hope everyone is hunky-dory. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. I've done my housework. I've hoovered up. I've cleaned up. I've wiped up. And I have hoovered up. Quite frankly, I've done it all. I've done the housework. And so now I'm ready to listen to the dulcet, beautiful tones of the 1930s. And so, hello, Lenny. Lenny in the house. It's great to have you here, sir. Anyone who doesn't know, anyone who's listening on replay, Lenny is a favourite of the show. Lenny has been a wonderful viewer, and it always fills my heart with a glow of love and appreciation to have Lenny in the chat watching. Hello, Lenny. Lenny, serious note, mate. Are you scared of me, Lenny? Serious. And is this to other members of the audience tuning in? Are you scared of me? Do I come across as a violent person who would travel 200 miles to punch you in the face? Not only you, but also your loved ones. No, honestly, I'm asking for myself, not for a friend. Do I come across as a violent person? I'm not saying aggressive because I can answer that myself. Yes, I do come across as aggressive because when people are aggressive to you, you have to be aggressive back. But I'm asking to you, Lenny, and to the wider audience, do I come across as violent? Are you scared of me? That's what I'm asking. Are you scared of me? Take your time. Are you scared of me? Are you really generally scared that I would come and hit you? Hello, Andy Marie. Yes, women have woken up to the fact you're a creepy stalker and the mouse gets thanks for exposing that. Is really think so? Do you really think so? Do you want to come on and talk about it? Because you know I'm not a stalker. And I find that quite offensive, Andy Marie, with your full colon bullshit in front of your name. I find that quite offensive. You come here, call me a stalker. Where's your evidence? What, you could do what some kind of fucking bullshit that's out on fucking ITV or the BBC or the local Brighton and Hove News? Get away with you, Andy Marie, you fucking knobsucker. And I don't mean that as in a knobsucker. I mean that as someone who strokes camels' backs. Have you ever heard of that phrase, cocksucker? No, yeah, cocksucker is someone who strokes camels' backs. Anyway, I've just missed Katrina walking across along the road. It was her 61st birthday a few days ago. Hey, Andy, you don't know jack shit, mate. You come on my live, right? Piss on my parade. Say, women have woken up. What women? And don't you dare mention anybody applying with Sussex Police, because that's old news, mate. You know, fucking old news. Get away with you, Anne-Marie. Tell me what women have woken up then. Come on, I'd love to know. I would love to know. I'd love to know what women I'm stalking while I'm hanging out with my magical imaginary girlfriend. Hey? You talk rubbish at Andy Marie. Come here, fucking talk sprouting your sprout. Sprouting your sprout. Haven't you heard of that as well? Oh yeah, it's something to do with camels too. It's when you tickle their underbellies, sprouting their sprout. Yeah. That applies to you. Stop tickling the underbellies of camels. That's what I say. So you get false information when you tickle the underbellies of camels. Don't you know that, Andy Marie? So don't come in here feeling flash and fancy, sprouting around bullshit that you've heard from the likes of Mouse, Plisco, and AJ. Yeah, and I caught fucking 10 minutes of Paris and arsonist Tony Harris. I caught a bit of that as well. A court order stalk. It means nothing. It means nothing. You don't know anything about the story as well. There's more to that story anyway, which I am keeping quiet, but you know nothing. Come in here, spouting as if you know shit. Well, I fucking read it on Brighton and Hove News. The BBC said so. Fuck off with you. You think you're a truther? You know jack shit about the truth. You lot make me laugh, all you truth and bullshitters. Think you know it all. Oh, well, I heard Mouse. I heard Mouse say it. So it's got to be true. And Plisco's awesome. Big up Plisco. Plisco said it, so it must be true. Fuck off, you idiot. Idiot. Court orders. What does court orders mean, you jack shit? Be off with you. You don't know jack shit about the story, buddy, right? You don't know jack shit about the corruption in Sussex Police that I've been fucking fighting on your behalf. You little jack shitting little knob sucker. And I mean that as in people who rubbed camels' humps. I don't know if you're familiar with that Arab term. Oh yeah, cocksucker is someone who tickles or massages camels' humps, and scrout and scroot is someone who tickles the underbellies of camels. Big shout out to Mandy, actually. Mandy likes to identify as Mandy from now on. So let's respect Mandy's identity. Let's respect Mandy's identity or wishes. So from now on, we'll all refer to Mandy as Mandy. Hello, Mandy. Good to have you. Well, look, Mandy, straight off, we've got some little, like, I was going to say bullshitters, but, you know, that's quite dangerous to say on YouTube because, you know, people will complain in at 8:13, the host said a bullshitter. That's grounds to get it fucking taken off. Oh, you lot fucking make me sick. Do you know that? The way you go around reporting people. That's all you've got. That's all you got because you ain't got the fucking truth, have you? That's what makes me fucking laugh at you lot. Because you ain't got the truth, you fucking use copyright strikes. You sad, pathetic pieces of rice grain. Yeah, rice grain. That's what you are. Right, you remind me of rice grain. You know what I mean? Genuine question though. Who is scared of me, man? I mean, who generally thinks? Oh, Jim's in the chat. Let's go over to Jim. Oh, really? 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 Well, where's the conviction for stalking, Jim? Jim, considering you know jack shit, I suggest you waddle on. Because if you fucking get any information from me by the likes of Arsonist Harry, Confused Paris, a Vermin Mouse, Porn Bomber Plisco, and Dog Beater AJ, you can twaddle on, Jim. I'm not interested in engaging with you, little prick boy. And a prick boy, I mean by it's an Arab term of a very nice gentleman. Yeah. Oh yeah, they take their prick boys very, very seriously out in Arabia. I mean, you know, I don't know about you. What wasn't that disgusting? What the Dalai Lama did to that kid. So anyway, over to Jim. Mandy made a video saying you stalked 2 women, but it was okay as neither of them was your ex. So it made it. Oh, look, Jim, but twaddle on, Jim. Jim, yeah, thanks for jumping in. I really appreciate it. I make a big deal of, don't be shy, jump on in and say hi, and I mean that sincerely. And I do appreciate you jumping on, Jim. I haven't seen you before. Jim Mitchell, shout out to Jim Mitchell. Great to see you in the chat room. It shows me that you're brave, Jim. You're brave. But you're coming in, sprouting bullshit that you read on the internet, right? And it makes me fucking sick because I'm sick and fucking tired of justifying myself against the likes of fucking AJ, porn bombing, vermin, confused arsonists. You get my drift, Jim. So I'm going to move on to Buford T. Justice. Buford T. Justice. Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was interesting to hear that Paris confirmed that Sussex police are out to get you. Yes! Fucking, it's in your face though, isn't it? You know what I mean, Bulford? That's what makes me so fucking frustrated with the likes of, all due respect, Jim, with the likes of you and Andy Marie and Joyce and Jake. Because the fucking truth is obvious, You just need to fucking read it. I have court orders telling you the obvious, right? I, I could put this to bed in an instant. I could get my team, my Knights of the Round Table, that they can knock up a press release under 10 seconds, right? I kid you not. But I've got court orders preventing me from telling you the truth. And that's what I've got, people. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching the show. I've got the truth. And my enemies, my detractors, haven't got the truth. So what do they use? Copyright strikes. False allegations, send the pigs round. It ain't been nice, honestly, Bulford. And I've updated my witness statement. And fuck me, talk about a course of conduct amounting to harassment and stalking. I've got Sussex Police banged to rights. I don't want to say too much, but my witness statement is being shared far and wide. Oh, here we go. Oh, great. So we've got some fucking Philomena comes in comparing me to Jimmy Savile. Just go and tickle the underbelly of a camel, right, Philomena? Because I'm bored. I'm bored. So what I recommend, either just massage or rub the camel's the humps. Either tickle, massage the humps, or have a nice little tickle of the underbelly. Either way, you can go off and do that, Philomena, because it's just boring. Next, Mandy, how are you? Oh, she's retracted something. It happens. It happens. Anyway, so I'm just uploading my latest video, which is Are You Scared of Me? Are you scared of me? No, it's a genuine question. Are you scared of me? And I'm asking, do I come across as violent? That's my question. Not necessarily do I come across as aggressive. I know that I do come across as aggressive because I am aggressive in the face of aggression. Yeah, you understand what I'm getting at, yeah? And I think that's the same. That's the same with everyone, though. Anyone and everyone, isn't it? Well, I certainly think so. Anyway, I don't know about you, but and another thing, I am a middle-aged man, and I do know I'm wise. I'm well-travelled. I know my own sense of being. I know what's true and not what isn't true. And no matter how many fucking times I got fucking dog beaters like AJ or fucking porn bombers like Plisco or fucking arsonists or confused gender like Paris and Tony telling me that I'm a fucking wrong'un, you crack on. I'll go up for the weekend with my magical imaginary girlfriend and then hang out with my kids and just get on with my life, But to say it doesn't bother me would be a lie to myself because, of course, it bothers me. It's bothering me less and less, to be fair. But over to Mandy. Yeah, lots of people on YouTube stalk me and with unwanted comments about me. Yeah, and Mouse will probably make a video about me today. There you go. No, Matt does not come across as a violent man. Thank you, Mandy, for taking the time to reply to me. And I'm getting a bit emotional now because the first person I asked that question to was Lenny. And Lenny didn't fucking answer me. So, Lenny, thank you, mate. Why don't you twaddle off to the Mouse and have fun with them? Okay, because I asked you a fair fucking question. And the only person who's been taking the time to answer me is my number one subscriber, Mandy. And that's what makes Mandy a number one freaking subscriber. And that's what gives Mandy the freedom to say what she damn well pleases. Thank you, Mandy. Who are you, Mandy? I don't see anyone making videos about you. Don't flatter yourself, Donald. Well, you haven't really much. You haven't opened your eyes, Donald. Donald, you've come to the party late then, have you? I'm not violent to women either. Who fucking asked you, Donald? Donald, don't come here fucking bad-mouthing Mandy. She's a number one subscriber, buddy. She's got protection. She's a protected witness, Donald. Don't fucking come in here. You fuck off. You obviously come. Yeah, you come to the you've come to the party too late, Donald. Everyone's allowed to identify under new names, actually. So it's someone you may well have heard of, but Mandy has chosen to identify under a different forename today, Donald. That could be why you haven't heard of Mandy Marlin before. I'm not going to elaborate anymore, but thank you for taking the time, jumping in and saying hi. It's shown me that you're brave, Donald. You're brave. Who's Tony? Tony Harris, the arsonist, convicted arsonist. Last heard in conversation with Paris, bad mouthing me. Donald, please, mate. We haven't met. My name is Matt Taylor and broadcasting live from Brighton. Okay, I've been a YouTuber for many years. Please do not believe jack shit you hear about me on the internet, Donald. That's all I'm asking from a person we've never met before. If you want any questions, like, don't bother fucking asking me because I'm sick and done going through with it. My truth is out there, okay? And you can see it for yourself. All you need to do is scratch the surface and you see we're dealing with bent coppers, right? And that's just something I can't talk to you about, right? So jog on. Jog on. If you want to fucking believe AJ, porn bombing, confused gender, fucking whatever, jog on, listen to them. I don't give a fucking. I do, though. That would be a lie to myself. Because I am concerned about my public image. Of course I am, you know. I've got children. For goodness sake. You know what I mean? I'm not pretending to be relevant. Donald, look, Mandy is relevant, okay? Because videos are made about Mandy. Mandy can't say boo to a goose without her comment appearing on the Mouse video. So I don't know what you're on about, Donald. You come in here late, mate, right? You may not know the name Mandy, but Mandy is a regular. Mandy is regularly a feature on the Mouse. Come on, Donald, you're late to the party, mate. I don't know who you are. You know, you must want to be in a Mouse for all we know, trying to PR, well, you know, public relation disaster cover up. That's how you lot work. Because you have to cheat. You have to sabotage. Because what you haven't got on your side is the truth. And because you ain't got the truth, you have to use lies and sabotage to counteract that disadvantage to you. Yeah, I know all about it. I've been in the fucking front line for many a year. Oh, Donald, do you want to come on and I'll discuss all this with you? The Mouse is a channel which is very familiar with us. It's, how would I describe it? Does anybody else want to take a stab at this for Donald in the chat room? I'll give it a go. The Mouse is a secret identity. He identifies as the stuffed toy, the stuffed puppet, the mouse, Mickey Mouse. And well, look, Donald, you've thrown me a bit. Who's the mouse? No one knows who the mouse is, and quite frankly, This, I think you're the mouse, because this is what the mouse does, Donald. As soon as the mouse is mentioned, right, in the mouse's tiny vermin mind, it thinks, oh, that's an excuse to do a video. So the very fact that Mandy mentioned the fact that the mouse does videos, you jumped on, igniting the discussion, putting fuel to the fire of the discussion, which is good. Which is good. Yes. I'm analysing it, Donald. That's how gaslit I am. That's how damaged I am, Donald. You could come on. You could be Donald from the White House, Mississippi. Who the duck? Oh, look, Donald. It's Donald McDonald. I haven't got time to explain who the mouse is because I don't like talking about him or her or whoever it is. Only because they do shitloads of videos on it. But hey, at least you'll be at least you'll be featured. You'll be featured. Oh yeah, so to ring in. I mean, I can go to the restream myself. Streaming live through I'm actually streaming live through YouTube. Oh, Mandy, wouldn't it be amazing? Amazing. If I don't think that Donald would. No, Mandy will never ring in, blood. I'm gonna make myself a coffee, okay? Oh, let's listen to some awesome little music.
Midnight and a rendezvous. Your eyes held a message tender, saying I surrender all my love to you. Midnight brought us sweet romance. I know for my whole life through, I'll be remembering you, whatever else I do. Midnight, where the stars and you.
I hope you've been behaving well. Donald, just for the record, I insist on gentlemanly behaviour in my chat. Okay, all the ladies are ladies, and they conduct themselves accordingly. It's only right and proper that the men in the chat room conduct themselves in the gentlemanly fashion. And I've done some blogs about what it means to be a gentleman. You know, goes on forever. Goes on forever, Donald. The list. Who's Chris Brindle? Donald, what the fuck? You look, mate, you are way late to the party. That's another name we don't like talking about. What are you doing here, mate? Mate, you do know there's curses when you say names like this. Donald, what you like? You're dangerous as fuck, mate. Come on in asking these questions. You know, you name these people, they come. Mandy, don't blame Mandy. Mandy can do no wrong, Donald. So yeah, I've got to give you a warning on that, I suppose, a disclaimer. Not that Mandy is ever wrong, because Mandy can do no wrong. By her very nature of being a super subscriber, she can do no wrong. Do you know what I mean? She's like the Donald Trump, if you know what I mean, Donald, in which all documents have been kind of like unlisted as such because he's the president. He's declassified them just by the fact of, you know, the thing, just by the fact that he's president, he's declassified any documents he chooses to remove from the White House. Put it that way. Okay? Put it that way. Hey, Donald, don't start talking about viewers. It's not about the viewers, Donald. Because as we know, these shows get viewed afterwards. Okay? So let's not talk about the views. Mandy has destroyed your channel. No, don't be silly. It's not the only people who've destroyed my channel, Donald, are the porn bombers, the arsonists, the confused genderists, the vermin, the amphibians. Tony Harris, the arsonist, he put strikes on me because he wanted to get rid of the evidence of Emily screaming like a banshee. So I had to take the strike for that. I took a strike for putting that information out there. Who's Convid? Where's Convid? Who's Convid? Come on then. If you know who Convid is, you must know who all the other characters you are. Shout out to Captain Justice in the house. We don't know if it's really Captain Justice. Well, everyone liked my name. I gave him Captain Justice. I thought it was very good, especially because he lived up to the hype, didn't he? By fucking revealing the big secret. The Babs secret. Say no more. Say no more. Fucking say no more. Do not repeat that name again. Big shout out to Youth. Youth. Good morning, everyone. So kind of you, Youth, to come in, jump in, say hi, because that shows me you're brave. And I love the brave. You know what I mean? Love the brave. The brave make the best soldiers. And I'm recruiting for the King Arthur's army. King Arthur's army, because we have to again push the fucking silly Satanists out of our great island. So who's with me? Are you with me? Let's join King Arthur's army and get rid of the silly satanic Saxons once and for all. That's what I say. And listen, you don't even have to have the Welsh ancestry blood pumping through your veins. You can just identify. Identify as Brute. Give me a shout out. I'm trying to work it out, your name in my head. And you know, I have trouble with anything more than 5 letters. It's a disability. So you coming on with tongue twisters, right? Coming on with tongue twisters, telling me for a shout out. Anyway, I'm throwing you away. Michael Bingham, love your channel, Matthew, in capital letters. Do you know what I like about that? Capital letters, 2 T's in Matthew, and a new name. And if I may say so, a rather attractive profile picture. So that's like a handful. Oh, mate, this is even getting better. Do you know? Hey, Mandy, see, he knows exactly who Mandy is, Donald, right? We all know who Mandy is. Here we have a gentleman. Thank you, Michael Bingham, for coming in and conducting yourself in a gentlemanly fashion. Now, I just want to use Michael Bingham as an example of the type of person I want jumping in saying hi. Number one, his profile, good looking man, like it. Number two, name, like it. Number three, capitals, love it. Because capitals, all lowercase, either way, it's correctly spelled with the correct double N and double T for Matthew. And then he says, hi, Marie, with a lovely heart. Love it all. Marie's keeping the eye on the viewers. Listen, it doesn't matter who's coming in. What matters is that we're all together. And of course, I mean, someone, the Donald brought up a certain sexual perv you may find masturbating in public bushes up in Preston sometimes. I mean, when he goes live, I love the fact that he's got zero people watching. I know it's not nice, you know. I know it's not nice. I know it's not nice, but listen, I am cynical about YouTube because I have lost so many channels. I know some people out there love to boast, you know, those timid type who never do anything risky, you know, and throw stones at people who do risky stuff, and then boast that they've never had any strikes or bullshit against their channel, while at the same time striking other people's work. It really is quite insidious. And I don't know about you, Donald. I don't know how if you have like realised how insidious this YouTube environment can be. But I'm sure Michael Bingham knows all about it. Yeah, terrible, isn't it? Hey, I'll look after all my whores. Let's not go any further. Hey, I don't think Michael would approve. A gentleman in the house. Let's not talk about that. Both of us work in Soho. Yes. Yes, I know, Mandy. I know. Oh, we got two. It's all kicking off. Donald, have a look in the chat room. This is very common. It's all a bit confusing, isn't it? Yet has never had a strike on his channel. Let's not talk about anything. Let's quieten it down, people, because I am under bail conditions. Donald and Michael, if you may not be aware, I'm under bail conditions. I don't want to talk any more about it because it's quite humiliating for me as a 50-plus-year-old man having to kind of like publicly discuss my bail conditions. But I've got bail conditions. I don't want to talk any more about it because I feel humiliated and ashamed about the whole thing. Not ashamed, not scrap ashamed. I feel humiliated. Oh, what was you charged with, Donald? What were you charged with? We'll keep it confidential. There's only two people watching. Don't worry about it. I don't want to discuss it. All I'm saying is I'm currently under bail conditions. So that's all stating at the moment. It's humiliating to talk about as a 50-plus-year-old man, law-abiding citizen, doing my best for my community, for myself and my family and my loved ones. Oh, right, there you go. Donald said he was charged with paying off Stormy Daniels. Yeah, we all watched that. We all watched it. And I covered it, by the way. I covered it. Just like I covered other great events in human history. And do you remember such stuff? Of course. I know Mandy does. Because Mandy was there when we covered the Queen's death and her funeral. Donald is asking Mandy, did any rich men ever pay you to keep quiet? Oh, what a question. Is it a tongue-in-cheek question? And we got a delving question here from the Donald to Mandy. You did, Matt. I watched you clip me looking at the camera. You did, Matt. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Donald. That was lovely. I'm so glad you watched. And so, I mean, may I be so bold to ask, did you join me on that 9-hour special when we watched the NASA's DART smash into a mini asteroid 7 million miles away in the galaxy? Oh, Donald, I'm so happy. Thank you, mate. That means the world to me. Oh, Donald, you were there too. So that means you were there all through my zany. Oh, you never miss a stuff. Oh, Donald. Donald, you're filling me with happiness and joy that only you can bring. No, but I wish they had. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so Mandy. That was Mandy's question reply. Like there we go. That was Mandy's reply to the Donald. Mandy, did any rich men ever pay you to keep quiet? Um, Mandy says no, but I wish they had. I love cash. I got loads of cash. I got £100 to give away a month. Who wants £100 a month? Buy me a coffee and let's discuss it. No, serious though. Serious. £100 a month. Who wants it? Buy me a coffee. Let's discuss it. That has got to be my motto. That's got to be my motto. Got £100 to give out. Buy me a coffee and let's discuss it at buymeacoffee.com/the Brighton Beast. Over to Captain Justice. The Donald would have no interest in toilet cleaners. Oh, has a little snidey dig. Hey, Michael, what do you make of that? Not very gentlemanly like, is it, Michael? We've got Captain Justice having a little dig at my #1 subscriber. What's all that about? Reminds me when I've done my morning cleaning at there at 6 o'clock. So that means I was leaving the house on my bicycle, just gone 5:30 in the morning. Oh, I'm bringing back memories of when I worked as a postman over the Christmas period. That was even getting up even earlier. Oh, memories, memories, memories. I love me memories. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, nice try. Well done, Mandy. Do you know what? I woke up on Sunday morning. Was it Sunday? Yeah, no, Monday morning. I woke up Monday morning because we went to a show down at the local social club where my magical imaginary girlfriend lives, and we watched a band, and they played everything from kind of like what did they say? Bon Jovi, no, to Guns N' Roses, to Britney Spears, to One Direction. You know what I mean? But we left. Well, when the second half started, it was 10 o'clock. We had to get back. My magical imaginary girlfriend had to get up early. Blah blah blah. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I woke up Monday morning and I was in such a happy place. I was like, I could not be anywhere else in life. What a magical moment! Just the sheer memory of it fills me with relaxing joy and comfort, knowing I have got a place. I have got a place, just like everyone has got a place in the world. And I'm so glad I found my place in the world. And that's in bed next to my magical imaginary girlfriend every morning. And that's what another thing's upsetting as well. You know, at least, and no offense to everyone, but at least when I'm a magical imaginary girlfriend, I'm not going live, which is, as the Donald knows, is actually bad for my health. I go live and then I wake up in the morning and my channel's gone. And it's like something you've said. Oh, yeah, where was that? During this hour and a half live, there was something you said in there that's violated our community terms. I was like, oh, right, okay. You can appeal here. Okay, I'll appeal. No, your appeal hasn't been successful. Okay, and fucking hell, I'll wait for 2 weeks then, shall I? Yeah. And then I use my backup channel, and then that gets striked. You know what I mean, Donald? So I don't know what you're coming on. If you're a big fat liar, really, aren't you? Because if you're saying I'm a big fan of yours, I never miss your stuff. Why are you coming on, making out, jack shit? Hey, Donald, we've fucking called you out, haven't we, eh? Who's Tony? Who's Mandy, Matt? What you do? What are you playing at, Donald? You want to come in here? Hey? Donald. Like Mandy said, nice try. Everyone needs a nice clean toilet. Caught with your pants down, Donald. Yeah, we caught you out, Donald. Oh, I mean, you don't even know if that's that real Mandy saying it. Oh, it's confusing, isn't it? We've got two Mandys. Or is it Marie's? Or is it Bruce? Oh, there's a big fuss, isn't there, about this Bud Light? Have you been hearing about this Bud Light? Because the CEO tasked with changing, turning, not so much turning, they're turning around, really. Oh, they've gone all big transgender, haven't they? Oh, who is it? We don't know who Mandy Marlins or Mandy Marlins is. It's all confusing. That's what they like to do, don't they? I don't condone your whatever word it is. Condone or condemn, one or the other. Fucking hell, it's libel or slander. You know what I mean? It's up or down, isn't it? It's Marmite or Marmite or Marmite. No, Depot or Dupo. I better stop talking. Fucking hell, what are you lot doing here anyway? Fucking natters. But isn't it nice listening to this kind of music? Let's just listen to it for a moment and it'll stop me talking.
Dare you to fall in love with me? I double dare you.
Oh, I double dare you to share Matt Taylor TV. I double dare you to fall in love with me. Broadcasting live from Brighton. I'm your host, Matt Taylor. Be right on in Brighton. There's a big thing here saying end stream. I'm saying, no, I'm not going to end the stream. Not when we're having so much fun. Big shout out to everyone who's smiling. We love a smiling Marlin.
I double dare you to kiss me and then I double dare you to kiss me again. And if that look in your eye means what I'm thinking of, I double dare you to fall in love with me. I double dare you.
Double dare you. What a cracker. And what a show. Thank you for everyone joining me. Whoever you are. I don't know who you are. I know Mandy's here somewhere. We had Lenny come on first. Never said a word since. Never said a word since. Then we had this Andy Marie. Andy Marie. Thanks for coming on, Andy Marie. Don't believe anything you read about me. Joyce and Jake. The same, mate. Don't believe anything you hear about me by convicted dog beaters, arsonists, and porn bombers. And certainly don't fucking believe anything you hear about the gender confused and the tales those gender confused have to say about me. It's called complete and utter bullshit. Jim Mitchell, the same as well, Jim. Don't listen to a word of it. Big shout out to Mandy. I love Mandy to bits. She's my number one subscriber. You know that. That means Mandy has got my complete loyalty and my complete backing. There's nothing Mandy can do or say that will get her looked at in a bad way. She's a number one subscriber because she's loyal to the show. She's a lady in the chat. And that's a big shout out to Michael Bingham. I want a big shout out to Michael Bingham. It was great to have Michael Bingham jump on in. What a gentleman. Love it. And sadly, I cannot shout out anyone whose names are unpronounceable. I don't do well with anything over 5 letters. Let's get back to the music. Isn't it great? Oh, it's gone. Thank you for watching. It's Matt Taylor TV production, broadcasting live from Brighton. Thank you everyone for jumping in and saying hi. Hope everyone has a lovely day. And remember that King Arthur loves you. Born Christmas Day, 503 AD. And that Jesus Christ survived the crucifixion and came to South Wales.
I mustn't think of her. Music, maestro, please. Tonight I must forget how much I need her. So, Mr. Leader, play your lilting melodies. Ragtime, jazz time, swing, any old thing to help me ease the pain that solitude can bring. She used to like waltzes, so please don't play a waltz. She danced divinely, and I loved her so. But there I go tonight. I mustn't think of her. No more memories. Swing on tonight. I must forget. Music, maestro, please.
What beautiful music! Isn't it lovely? Oh, big shout out to YouTube. Such a shame that they're such horrible hosts, really. No, I've got to be fair for myself and fair to you, really. YouTube is the worst platform to do this on. Nasty, nasty. Anyway, we're coming up to an hour. Hope everyone's done well. Let's just go over some of the things we've spoken about tonight. Namely, and big shout out to Mandy, who was the only one of you who answered me. This just demonstrates why I put Mandy on a pedestal as my #1 subscriber. I asked, do I come across as violent? And Mandy was no. So that means that's 100% accuracy, 100% answer. I'm sticking that down as 100%er. No, I'm not violent. So if anyone who's scared of me, right, that's your issue, mate. 100%. I just saw 100% flash up. Love it. I got another 100%. Wow, I got some adrenaline rush there, everyone. I had 100% flash up and I got an adrenaline rush. So whatever happened, I don't know whether that's a message from you or a message from the gods. I'm really grateful for that 100%. That was quite amazing. I think we're having something supernatural happen. We got another 100%. We're having something quite supernatural is happening, and I'm quite liking it. And I've always longed for that time when my life becomes something we only see in the movies. You know what I mean? Like a book twitches on the bookcase, and you go up and you pull it, and then the bookcase swings. You enter a whole new supernatural world. Mandy's got the ghosts. Yes, I got some ghosts in the system. Loving it. So anyway, I did. Oh look, here we go. Oh, how funny! We have got somebody in the background, but I don't really know who it is. So I've already given that the link, haven't I? Yeah. Oh, is that who it is? Someone. We've got someone in the chat. Hello? Who are you? Hello, who are you in the chat? Hello, who are you in the chat? Can you answer me? You're live on Matt Taylor TV. Hello? Hello? We have someone on the line, but they're a bit too shy to come in and say hi. Isn't that interesting? You can come on and say hi if you want. You're live. Guess what his tag name is? Matt Taylor, stop talking rubbish. So I've got someone who identifies as Matt Taylor, stop talking rubbish. Come on. Speak now or forever hold your tongue. I'm going to give you a little bit longer, then I'm going to dump you. In fact, you are dumped. That was interesting, wasn't it? So, listen, thanks for joining me. I've already done my housework, actually. So I should really go and get a job, shouldn't I suppose? Do something useful in my life. I could work on the King Arthur script. May do a bit of that, actually. Yeah, why not? I'm going to work on the King Arthur script. Well done, Matt. Thank you. Yes, thanks, Mandy. Well done you. Well done you, mate. Thanks for coming in, keeping the entertainment going, keeping the momentum going. Because you know, don't you, Mandy, more than anyone, these shows are only fun because of the interaction. Maybe get in that garden, yeah. Oh, my garden's looking well, it is. My garden's looking well. So, listen, Lenny, shout out. Love it. Thanks. Thanks for jumping in. Andy Marie, thank you for coming in, Andy Marie. Joyce and Jake, lovely. Great to have you in. So happy that you jumped in. And then, of course, my number one subscriber, big shout out to Mandy Marlins. Jim Mitchell, thank you, Jim, for coming in. And then Buford T. Justice. And Philomena. The Donald. We had the Donald in. Buford T. Justice. And then we had a name unpronounceable, but then we had that gentleman, Michael Bingham. It's good to have Michael Bingham in. Then looks like then we had a clone of Marie Marlin in. Captain Justice came in. Bit of a dig. So that's it, really. We're coming up to 53 minutes, 03. It's coming up to 10:34. Tuesday, the 11th of April, 2023. What a start to the day, quite frankly. And what news have we got at the start of the day? That the end is nigh, quite frankly, isn't it? Yeah, that's the news. What's happening in America, it's all about to explode, quite frankly. And it's where you are going to find yourself within the next 6 months. That's going to be fundamental. I'm talking with all seriousness now, because I have had my finger on the pulse. I have got a good work, social, private balance in my life, so I can view this clear-headed. When it kicks off, when it explodes, it's where you all land that is going to be the driving direction your life will take over the next 10 years. So it's how well you come out of Armageddon. Let's just put it down to its simplest terms, okay? That's something we're all going to have to address and have a discussion about. Yes, Pinhead Larry says it, the end is nay. How are we going to come out of the end times? because you will come out of it. There's no, it's very easy. You just don't go left. You know what I mean? Do whatever direction they tell you to go in, go the opposite and you'll survive. You know what I mean? Let's keep it fucking simple. They're listening. You know what I mean? They have ears everywhere. All I want to say at this conjuncture, this moment of time, is I recommend to do the complete opposite what you're told to do. And if you do that, you'll survive. Then comes the like, what the fuck? Crazy. Let's watch this with a smile on our face and do not touch. Do not touch anything during the big reset, right? Because once you touch something, you get stung. That's my another piece of advice for you. When it all kicks off, do not engage. If you engage, you get roped in, mate. Honestly, and it's all electronic. If you touch, you're engaged. Watch out for St. George's Day, because from what I understand, that's where the mass alert is going off. Don't want to say too much, but I agree with Pinhead Larry. The end is nigh. So be prepared, because it's where we land. It's going to determine how we're going to fare over the next 10, 20 years. Because we have got the possibility of living well into our hundreds once the end is over. Because there is going to be new technologies on the market. There's going to be suppressed medical advancements that today aren't available to the mass public. But after the end, they will be available. It may well cost. It may well be extreme. It may well be illegal and very immoral. We've got to keep that in mind. Yes, success comes at a cost, and the cost is to others. And so just open your mind to how successful people are in the world. There are very, very, very successful people. Their success comes to a cost, and that cost is the detriment of others. Give me 100%. I know it's out there somewhere. Come on. The end is nigh. May the force king be with you. King Arthur. He's the real king. So we've got a past, present, and future. We have past, King Arthur. Present, Charles III. And for me, the future will be Wanoa. That's just my personal preference, really. Hey, listen, we're coming up to an hour. It's been a blast. I'd love to carry on, but I have got things to do, okay? Life. Not my king, says Mandy. Well, yeah. Well, you talking about Charles or Wanoa? Because I do not want a on the throne representing the Commonwealth and my king. My king is King Arthur. Shout out to Ross. I mean, sadly, Ross didn't like to mix politics with King Arthur, but there you go. Yeah, thanks for clarifying. Not my king, says Mandy. Some people say, we don't even need monarchy. I am a clone in the chat. CANR. What the hell does that mean? Canra. You're a bit late to the party. I'm logging off in under a minute. He didn't have a very warm reception in York, yeah. And Mandy, remember you told me the breaking news about the parties that at the Buckingham Palace during the lockdown. Yeah. Anyway, listen, gotta go, everyone. It's been great. It's been great. Thank you. Thank you. We'll do it again soon, okay? We'll do it again soon. Have a great day. Remember King Arthur. It's worth remembering. And just be aware that Jesus didn't die on the cross. He survived it. There's a massive conspiracy thing I can tell you about it. Listen, now you all come on. Now we get up to 12. Look, I can't go on. It's 10 seconds. I'm off. I'm out of here. Love you though. I love you. I'll catch you again soon. Okay. Subscribe, share. You'll love it too.